That thumbnail, though. Vexed. I'm like, well, it was Fatman's idea, but I'm like, oh, I have Vex's star. We can totally use that. It was like a teamwork effort. It was one of the proudest moments of my life, really. Sorry, I'm a little bit clubbed. All right. Oh, and I have to do one more thing. I have to tweet. All right. Is that showing up at all for you guys? No.
Let me see.
Because after I close that, it probably messed it all up, didn't it?
Maybe. Who knows?
It looks like it did, because it's not showing up. Because that's what life is about. It's about not showing up. Alright. I'll do one more thing. Right here. And here it is. That's why. I found it. Whee! This better be it, at least. Okay. That.
And I'm back.
Hello.
With Fizz and Co. seltzers. Seltzer water with a hint of root beer flavor.
A hint of root beer flavor?
It is literally like, it's not even like diet caffeine free or whatever. It's just like straight up, it's seltzer water with a hint of sarsaparilla. It's like,
They just didn't clean the glass.
I don't even know why we have this. I'm just like, well,
Ew.
I
Just didn't clean the glass. Sorry, that was gross.
yeah. I've been jonesing for pop at night, and this is like, you know, literally no calories, no caffeine.
Mm-hmm.
It's just straight up water with a hint of sarsaparilla. It also has a poppy sound.
That's the same as sassafras, right?
Mmm. Oh, that's bitter.
Bitter. Huh.
Okay, imagine root beer, but it's not sweet in the slightest.
What? Oh, no. No. What is the
thing
point
is,
of that?
I will take it.
All right, sure.
You need help.
I need a Pepsi alternative that's not going to keep me up all night.
Fantastic.
I see.
And I mean, if I need an alternative that would keep me up all night, then I just turn the dash.
Thank you. You know, I was going to go there. I was going to go there. You just know. You know your place. You know where you... see? Like, that's how it should be, guys. That's exactly how it should be. Okay. I got one more here. Should be all set up. Unless...
So I'm getting this weird, like, suggested page on Facebook. And I think it's because I'm friends with Tom. But it's this. I don't know what this is.
What?
I don't.
Bad bitch.
Sorry,
Tom.
ladies, I'm a bad bitch.
What the fuck am I looking at?
I don't know.
Well, I've never seen that, and I'm friends with Tom, so I don't know. I don't know if he's the corroborating link there.
Hey, guys. We got media. We got All-Star G. We got Brandon Dodge. Inquisitor
question.
Thomas.
Are we live?
Yep. We're live.
Here's a question. Am I free to curse on this stream?
What? What? How dare you even ask?
The goose!
What the fuck is your problem?
That's that before I drop that bomb.
No, yeah.
You just hear that like bring out the goose in the distance. You just hear.
Speaking of loud things that are happening in my ear, guys, let me know how the audio is out there. Because, you know, I have been traumatized early in my streaming career.
Media says I'm low.
You are low? Beautiful.
I mean, to be fair, you're low in your own videos. I'm not entirely sure how you.
Are you?
Am I?
I joke. You just have a very soft voice.
I love your voice. It's not about like the tone. It's about the clarity of your voice. And I never said that like about a voice. It was hard to. It was hard. It was hard to explain. And I think Fatman may get what I was saying. I don't know. You just don't say ums or you know.
I imagine
Okay.
that's just a lot of editing.
Vex has a
No,
very plain
IRL.
voice. Well,
Like
thank you, media. I appreciate that.
when he was going into like.
I shoot for the plane.
Okay, everyone else doing good as far as audio. Any help is good help, guys. Let's see.
Do I need to boost my output?
I did. I
you?
boosted you, unless you just did some more because you kind of see me even louder.
No, I didn't. I didn't touch it. I could scream.
Oh fucking A, you fat bastard! I don't even know if you're fat, but whatever.
I might as well be. I'm not, but
Okay.
I'm about the man boobs though. I don't mind them.
Have you ever heard someone's voice and you just go, "Yeah, they're probably fat."
No, never.
yes, I have.
How?
Right or wrong, I have. Because they have that little like, they breathe heavy sometimes at the
Oh,
end
okay.
of the sentences, you know.
Do they go? Yes, actually.
And then when they laugh, they have that little thing. You know?
Oh, good. Let's give it a couple more minutes. How was everybody's day? What was the favorite part of everybody's day today? While we get some peeps in here.
Right now.
Right now is your favorite part? You're welcome. Oh. No, that's awesome.
See what I did there?
Oh, you're in already. You don't have to keep working. But if this is your normal, nature, I'm gonna keep ya.
Lubrication's always nice.
Oh, of course. Of course. You got to be prepared.
You know,
When you got to take it, you take it good.
The day's been kind of uneventful. Let's see. I'm on my next script. I managed to get up to. Oh Lord, I'm up to 56 pages on my next script.
50.
Well, enjoy editing that.
Yeah, oh, Lord.
Well, the thing is, it's going to be me mostly talking to the camera because a lot of this is like, it's pretty dry, but like it has to be dry for me to come off as like in the middle because I'm trying to be as objective about this as possible, and it's like nerve-wracking. There's so much commentary. There's so many different parts of it where I'm like, I want to say, but really, what really, but really, and like I want to give my own commentary, but I'm like, I can't, or else like, if I'm trying to deliver just straight up information, and so it's gonna be incredibly dry.
Yes, exactly. That's the only word I heard after talking about lubricant. So that I don't know anything else between it.
Honestly, you should just rest assured that everybody's gonna hate you no matter what.
I know, but like, damn it, if I'm going to die, it's going to be on principle.
On a principle? What did you do to them?
wow.
Well,
You exhausted them? Nah, nothing.
Yeah, it was kind of a weird teacher dynamic. Like we were both teachers in that situation.
Okay, you can stop.
Yeah, I'm trying to turn that around, but I just couldn't find a joke.
You can turn it around, add lube, just.
I mean, like you search around, but you just can't find it. You know how that is sometimes.
Just gotta roll it in flour since we're talking about I. That's how we start a Dashili stream. Yeah, welcome guys. All right, we about to get down and dirty with some rubies. I had my stuff here.
Let's do it.
I'm pulling up the comments of the newest video.
Yep.
So that I can actually respond to some of the questions and comments and such because we don't normally do that.
Oh yeah, good. There was a comment on the episode 9 reaction that I was waiting for this stream to address.
Oh, really?
Because, I feel stupid for forgetting.
Okay. But real quick though, before you guys say anything, I do want to let everybody out there know if you do have any questions, if you could at us, it'll be easier to see. And if I miss any of you guys, I'm sorry. I'm still new, trying to get, and I have been sick, so I'm still not all there. And I know I'm not all there anyway, so yeah.
And if I miss any of you guys, I'm not sorry. I'm just an asshole.
Please hesitate.
Dashi is sorry and sick. Raymond is not sorry and not sick. I am sick and not sorry.
And Vex is just a smooth bastard.
Vex is sorry. Wait. I'm trying to think, what's the 4 paradigm here? I'm not sick and not sorry. Dashi
Sorry.
is sick and sorry. You're
So
sick
Vex would be
and
not sick
sorry.
and
sorry.
And very sorry. Yes.
Very sorry.
That's
You
how
got
the
it.
paradigm works.
My eyes are just everywhere right now. I have a headache with all that. What was that? I don't know. Ooh. Too much talk. All right.
All right.
So.
Comment on episode 9 that I wanted to address that me and Raymond both forgot this. The Cinder and Neo aren't looking for the maiden. They're looking for the relic so they
Yeah.
can get back on Cinder's good side.
On Salem.
yeah,
On Salem's good side.
Yeah, I saw that.
Salem.
I was embarrassed for you guys.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to pause here for a minute. These two have not shown their sorry faces in like the first 2/3 of this volume. It has been a year since we've last seen them. They show up, and we're all talking at once, and we miss that. I'm
Well,
sorry.
I mean,
if,
they
like,
didn't.
we weren't
They
on the
didn't
right
repeat it in this episode. Like,
Oh,
we're
then
just
go
supposed
screw
to
themselves.
we're just supposed to remember that they were looking for the relic from the volume 6 episode. I think it was volume 6 episode 5
Yeah.
where they said that.
Wasn't that the episode when Neo was staring at the rock face?
Oh yeah, that wasn't 5. That was
That was like I want to
7.
say
That was
7.
That was the
Yeah,
same
7.
episode with the Maria fight.
Correct.
Yeah. So like we were supposed to remember that, which honestly we should have remembered it, but we didn't. So
Unfortunately,
good on you, Jared.
unfortunately,
made a
all
fool
of
out of us.
Cinder's scenes stick in my brain because every time I watch her, I'm like, God, no.
Oh yeah, okay. That was one of the comments that we got on episode 10 was that like it was about Jessica Nigri's acting, and like
Yeah.
the guy was defending Jessica Nigri's acting. It's like she was obviously one of the best actresses in the show, and I'm sitting there, I'm like,
I mean,
what?
like maybe by like process of elimination in volume 2, but like
I don't know. In volume 2, I thought she was garbage.
So she was the best in volume 4.
The best doesn't imply that.
You guys think she was the best in volume 4, correct? Where she couldn't talk?
Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, she's bad, but I feel like they're telling her to do that, so I don't know how much I can like crap on her.
Right. If
Well,
it's direction or
like,
actor. Okay.
This is probably the best she's been, I think, since volume 4 when she didn't speak.
Well, no,
But it's the
I
best.
mean, don't discount Chibi though. She's actually not bad in Chibi.
I've never watched Chibi. Like I
don't
never
watch Chibi at all.
Yeah. So like I don't use that as a barometer. And the thing is, here I can feel she's actually trying to inflect. Like she had that big moment of frustration in this episode. And it's like, great, she has emotions. We have that confirmed now. She has
Good.
more range. It still sounds terrible.
But she went right back to being smuggy, smug.
Smuggerton, yeah.
Like no longer is the problem the direction. I think they're figuring out we need to give the direction of her having more emotions. The problem now is the fact that they're running up against Nigri's natural range, where she just can't climb above it.
Like I said in the reaction, she did sound like an edgy, like teen going through a phase. Not a phase, Mom.
I'm trying to find that quote. I remember that. This is like it's weird. We've gotten the most crap for this episode. Like
Really?
I don't understand.
Did
it.
you?
Like
This episode? Really?
I'm scrolling through the comments and like I remember like we've gotten at least 6, 7 really like strongly worded comments towards it.
Oh.
Now, I mean, and I actually mean that as just strongly worded. Like they're not being like rude or anything. They're just being like, "You guys are idiots. You missed this."
Chapter 10 or 9?
10.
10. Okay.
Yeah. Like we missed the really obvious thing in episode 9. We missed a couple really obvious things in episode 9, but apparently we're getting more shit for this one. I don't know. I don't know. That doesn't ring
All right.
right.
Here's
for
the
me.
exact quote from Lesnara Hamilton. Cinder's voice actress not good? 3 question marks. ... Do they even hear her? She's one of the best voice alongside Barb.
Maybe it sounds like a
Now,
troll comment.
Reading that again, I'm wondering if this person naturally speaks English. Because here's the thing. After conversing a lot with Toppy, my good friend in Finnish, who everyone here just adores, I know.
No.
Yeah. Now, after talking with him, I don't know how many foreigners really understand what good English sounds like, because a lot of them, like I've talked with him, he's like, oh no, the English voice acting for this show sounds terrible, and I'm like, really? That was like one of the best dubs out there. Like he didn't think the Steins Gate dub was really good, and I thought the Steins Gate dub was one of the best out there.
I don't know. Dubs are harder to gauge than most things, because there's not only like the actual performance of them, but there's actually they're the voice of the character. That like, you know, if you hear the Japanese voice, they give you a certain idea of what the character should be. And then if you hear the English voice,
it's sort of like no, there's a line, because like I can recognize, say, Johnny Young Bosch and the guy that did Lelouch in the original Code Geass. I think both did really cool, interesting reinterpretations of the character, and the voices still fit the body. Like that's the important thing, is like when you cast the character, the voice needs to fit the body, and I think Bosch actually did a really good job of inhabiting the body of Lelouch. Then you compare it with like the voice of Sakura in Zombieland Saga, where in the original she had a very high-pitched, a moderately high-pitched voice. I would say like
we were disappointed with her.
Yeah. And then they cast Brina Palencia, who voiced Holo the Wise Wolf from. I didn't realize it was the same actress. She was Holo in Spice and Wolf, and she's brilliant as Holo. She's amazing as Holo. But as Sakura, she just doesn't fit. She has too deep of a voice for what Sakura needs to be.
Wasn't Holo Amikosuke in Japanese? Because Lelouch and Kellen and Holo and fucking Lawrence were the same two actors.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's some good good trivia.
Admittedly, I thought you like, is that why everyone ships Lelouch and Callan? And I realized the show actually does ship Lelouch and Callan a little bit. So it's like
a little, yeah.
Like, because he gives her that kiss, or she gives him the kiss. I can't remember at the very end.
Spoilers, God. Sorry, I just have to give you a hard time. You know me.
It doesn't matter to me. All right, the only ship I will accept out of that show is Lelouch and Shirley. Damn it. It's the only
sure,
ship I'll
sure.
accept.
Yes.
All right.
Welcome back to our Code Geass stream.
I know, right? So no, we're talking about voice acting.
Voice acting is hard to gauge.
What do you guys think about Jessica Negri's? I don't mean to interrupt, but I just want to make sure.
Yeah. What does Chad think? Or were we being trolled by that comment, or does she
someone said she's like an Brandon Dodge said she's like an edgy Sith Lord.
Yeah, good.
Rip Chibi, we love you too at that.
You know what? You know what? If she was good, type 1. If she was bad, type 2. And if she was type all the numbers.
The best that Jessica sounded in RWBY was actually in Volume 5.
5.
Well,
Any specific episode that you?
Let me be specific. I think it was Chapter 2.
All right.
When she was questioning Salem as to why they're keeping Ruby alive. That little line she delivered was the best she sounded.
Yeah, because that was when she was still like quote unquote recovering.
Yeah, and she was trying, and she was showing some range there. She was upset. Like, I don't understand. Keeping Ruby alive. Why are we doing this? You know. She sounded good there. Then right after that, she left the house basically and started being smug again.
Yeah.
Which I didn't understand why they did that.
Well, she's a sub, and she needs to be, professional, obedient to her dom. That's it. That's really it.
Oh, Hayden Blitz came out with even the hotter takes. Not fond of her as a voice actress nor cosplayer.
Oh, snap!
Hear very often.
I think she's a very beautiful, like aesthetically pleasing, and hello boobs. Yes, adorable. I don't know. I don't know.
There's a lot of models out there I don't like, even though they have really nice bodies. Their faces, it's something about the eyes in particular that I feel like there's nothing behind them, and I don't want to be insulting these people. They're probably intelligent, probably very likable people, but there's just something about their eyes that just don't They ring like they're lying to me, and I don't know how to fix that.
They're all against you, Raymond. Don't you know this?
And that's what I get from Jessica Negri when I see her.
But the way she was hired for the voice was pretty epic. I mean, I'm sure anyone would love to be like, you can come up to by Monty and be like, hey, do you want to voice someone? Sure. Hell yeah.
I'm pretty sure she's cheap too. She's cheap too, so.
She's cheap? What?
As
Oh,
in,
oh.
Like, they won't have to.
Okay.
They won't have to pay her like.
Well, yeah, I
Dick
mean, that's
money.
what you get for, like, casting all your friends.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Well, I mean, but eventually it does start to creep up the longer you go in a role, and especially the bigger the show becomes. You start being like, hey, I can leverage my voice now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's practice,
Or
so.
just- yeah. Like,
Oh look, media agrees with me.
Raymond goes into shock anytime he hears anything to do with eyes.
I've
What?
never.
What?
I don't think so. I've never.
is that like a gimmick?
Just muttering silver eyes. I don't.
Speaking
know.
of silver eyes, they spent all of last volume having Ruby go through this silver eyes arc. You would think naturally that'd be a part of the volume, this volume, but it has not whatsoever.
I'm glad they didn't.
This episode.
I'm glad they
Yeah,
didn't.
now chapter 10. Yeah, 10 chapters in.
I'm glad they didn't. I'm glad she still doesn't know how to master it.
No. I disagree.
Like,
I disagree
she messed
completely.
it up. She couldn't launch him.
They should have made a
practicing more.
They should have referenced it by now. Well before now.
She had performance anxiety. You know, you got these big ass Grim coming at you. Plus,
Yeah.
like Raymond said in the reaction, the fact that the two times she was half awake, or half I don't give a fuck about life, and was like, tutored by Maria to do so at that moment, and then the other time she kind of cheated. Well, not kind of. She did cheat by stopping time and giving her that amount of time to do that. So, should she be practicing? Sure, but like they've been doing other stuff as well.
Remember that training montage?
Yeah, but there weren't any Grim. She needs the Grimses.
Take her ass outside of Mantle and go train your damn silver eyes.
And they literally said that it was trial by fire. Those were the words Maria used. That she needs to be in it to practice it.
I'm saying Ruby should have took her ass outside of Mantle walls and go practice her damn silver eyes.
Sure, I mean, yeah.
You could have Ren practicing keeping her like invisible, and then just
They-
go out
Oh,
there
well, there you go.
and then have Ruby
Bravo.
do silver eyes. you
Bravo.
know?
There you go. He got it.
And then like
No
she's
excuses.
She's like training Atlas. She opens her eyes. Just a concentrated beam just cuts out and like cuts the city in half. Like,
Oh God.
Whoops!
Ruby, don't overdo it. Too many happy thoughts. I was thinking of my first time with Wise, and Wise was like, "When did this happen?"
Jesus.
Had they reached Mantle and Ruby said, "Hey, me and Crow had a talk and we decided to keep the silver eyes on the down low, and we're not going to use it because we don't want to draw any attention to it," I would have been fine. But the fact that they haven't acknowledged it whatsoever until now is kind of stupid.
I can see where you're coming from, and
Especially
Yeah.
because it was such a big part of her arc in the last volume to just not mention it whatsoever until now she's chapter 10. Now she want to try to use it. It's kind of weird.
right, but then it would be such a fucking turn off if all of a sudden she mastered that shit she's doing, like flips and
Yeah, I
then
agree.
wham, that'll be. Yeah.
She shouldn't necessarily master it, but I just wanted them to make reference to it at one point before now.
Yeah. Like you said, no excuses. I could give you plenty, but it's okay. We'll leave
Maria
it at
has
that.
been missing most of this volume, and she just hasn't done much of anything.
Did
I
she have
really
lo-
do
she
not
was-
like. You go.
She was in the last episode, or maybe she was in episode 9. Did she have any
Yeah.
lines?
Yeah, she was holding hand with Pietro, saying,
Yeah.
"What is what is this?" or something.
Yeah.
like
Okay.
that.
So it's I don't know. So
I don't know
get-
if she said anything.
Really, this proves they really don't know. Like they still haven't really learned their lesson about how to handle characters. I really do hate that in Volume 6 they just introduce. I mean, I like her as a character, but they just straight up introduce not just Maria, but a necessary faction of the lore. With like they introduce the idea of the Reaper, how that Reaper ended up inspiring Crow and by proxy Ruby. Like, that's massive, and you introduce it in volume 6 of all times, and now you drop her? She's not done a damn thing this entire volume.
Well,
because you
yeah,
don't
well,
know what to do about her.
because her purpose was she served her purpose. Now they just gotta, do something with her now. But
Yeah.
she was there. She was created to deliver the Civil Rights Exposition. Now they have to do something that I don't know. Let's have her hold hands with Pietro all damn volume and do nothing.
She's just hiding because she stole that she hotwired that ship, and us Mexicans we run away when the cops.
I mean, just think about it. She's going there to have her eyes fixed, right?
Not
Now what?
specifically.
That's why she was going. That's
Oh,
why
she
was.
was. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Pause
So-
a moment. Son of Her just said Phoenix and Fatman's volume is way too low. Chat, can you confirm that?
Alright.
Yeah.
I thought my volume was low.
Yeah, I thought everybody was good. All right.
Well, I mean, it's a balancing act. You
Make
were
up
too
your
low to start.
mind.
Raymond,
No, we're
I
too
swear to
low.
fuck. I swear to fuck. You will have manners in my fucking house. I heard that.
Yes.
Thank you.
Excuse me.
All right, let's see.
I meant
I'll
to say-
raise everyone.
First they came out as excuse you, and
So-
I didn't know why.
So, I don't care. So Raymond and Fatman, they said. Okay, here we go. Let's see what we can do.
But yeah, like introducing Maria, introducing everything relevant to Maria, and then basically dropping her like a hot rock is like.
What do you think she would have been able to do, like with them?
I mean, like they.
There were
This
people
is.
that were asking that. There were people that asked. I remember watching this before Volume 7, and I don't think it was you, Vex, but I remember there was someone. It might have been a female tuber. I can't remember what her name was. Yeah, there was a female YouTuber that was like, what should Maria do in Volume 7? Well, we've already have RWBY getting mentored by all these different other people. Blah 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 blah. We have Ozpin for her to look up to, or whatever. Maria should be Crow's mentor during Volume 7. And I'm like,
Ha!
no, that like Crow for as much as I can see, he doesn't need a mentor so much as he needs an AA counselor. All right, that's the one thing he needs, just to make sure he stays off the bottle, and he's doing a good job on his own. Like
Has he had any effect? Has he?
Are you still on the withdrawal thing? Is that what you're doing?
no. Yeah,
Should I not be still on the withdrawal thing?
I'm asking. I'm checking.
In fairness, he has seemed completely disinterested every single time he's pulled the trigger on his weapon. Like, just I hate how he fires his weapon. He's just kind of
Like,
just standing there with no recoil. Like, what the fuck is that?
I don't care about Crow.
he lost his
Unfortunately.
coolness, huh?
Oh yeah, a while ago.
Yeah. Remember us having that
I
conversation
mean,
about that?
I think as soon as Tyrion stabbed him, he lost his coolness.
Getting your ass kicked by Hazel didn't help either.
Yeah.
And kind of like tagging along with being the tag along.
Don't remind me about Hazel or anything to do with that fight. It ruined so many characters for me. It ruined Crow. It ruined Hazel. It ruined. Well, to be fair, Oscar was beyond redemption at that point. I mean, that fight alone further damaged Cinder from any kind of respect. It ruined Weiss. It ruined John.
There was respect for Cinder? What? What is this?
I mean, like I was holding out hope that maybe they could have salvaged it. That was the last straw for me, where I'm like, they had a good thing going in Volume 4, where I was like, they might be able to do something with her. Volume 5 happened, and I'm like, oh.
Aw.
Yeah, and so basically, that fight is responsible for ruining. So it ruined Mercury, it ruined Yang, it ruined Emerald, it
sure
ruined RWBY. Like, do you anyone remember Emerald
Oh my
firing
God.
at RWBY and RWBY just languidly spinning her?
I mean, that's started my channel. That damn Emerald leap.
That
Leap of
entire
faith.
fight ruined so many people.
You bastards are so lucky I am not 100% right now. I feel so, like, ganged up on. I can't defend RWBY.
They're like, Yang, go fight Cinder, your mom, in
Your
Vermont
mom?
by yourself.
Oh, your mom. Like, literally your mom. Like, your mom. That sounded funny.
Like,
Your
go
mom.
Fight them by yourself with one arm. You can do it.
You can do it, yeah.
You'll live. We'll see you in 10 minutes. She won't die.
Yeah.
That's weird.
And she
I
dabbed.
don't know if I ever like posted this, but I really wanted that volume fight 5 or volume fight 5. Wow, that fight between Yang, you know, because that was after Raven knocked Cinder off the thing and froze her.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted Raven to like throw Yang off of that balcony, and then Yang would be like falling to her doom, and then she would see like Cinder, like frozen Cinder falling too, and then like go like, you know, use her jet arms to shoot herself down and like thaw Cinder out, and then they both go up and like team up against Raven.
That would have
I
been better than what
really
we got.
wanted that to be how the fight went.
Would have been better than what we got.
Maybe we could take some questions. I'm looking at. I've seen
Sure.
some pass by. Raymond,
They're
I'm
all
gonna
gonna
need
be
your
on
eyes right
volume
now. I'm
five.
kind of.
They're all gonna be on volume 5.
The coup
Let me
of
try and find some comments on the actual video to cover.
Yes, please. please.
yes.
Honestly, I think it was pretty obvious they were talking about the relic. Yes, we missed that. That was on us. James versus Watts, Atlas versus Jacobs. That is like literally what's going on here. The thing with the ambush of Watts is that Ironwood lied when he said the tower was ready to launch, and I think there was even he said that he was withdrawing his security from it to help combat the Grimmin Mantle. Watts even mumbled to himself, "I wouldn't call this finished," when he walks in, and then Ironwood shows up. So basically, the idea is it was a trap, and we missed that, or at least I missed that. I know I did.
Yeah, it was obvious to me that was a trap. Like,
Oh, I mean, it was obviously a trap. I'm just saying to the extent that it was completely unfinished at that point.
Yeah, you know, they're for as bad as they are at a lot of things, they're really bad at traps and paying off traps.
yeah,
Like they had Ironwood up there, and then he just jumps down to face Watts. Like they had fucking Clover and Crow hidden, ready to ambush Tyrion, and then they just don't. Like everything, every time they try to like do a trap, they fuck it up. It's amazing.
It's like the thing is like, well, it's like do you buy into the lore or don't you about how like assassination should work when aura exists?
But it doesn't. You can just walk up and stab Sienna if you're Adam.
I know, but like
Never
Adam
know.
has like weird like aura canceling powers or something. Because
Does
like,
he?
the only time we've ever seen someone overwhelmed, their aura overwhelmed, at just like from brute force, it's been Adam. Adam cut off Yang's arm without whittling down her aura, and Adam stabbed Sienna without doing anything. Like, and then he destroyed that robot in one blow with a supercharged attack. Like Adam just had weird aura canceling abilities.
What about Vernal?
Oh right, she died too. So let's add Cinder to that.
Yeah, let's add Cinder to the list.
I was gonna say, like, cause I mean, who cares about Vernal?
She didn't have her symbols activated, you know, because reasons.
The only plot twist that worked because we were confused.
That was another ambush that they completely botched.
Correct.
Yeah, they can't. They're just like I don't. I'm confused.
Plot convenience.
Yeah, plot convenience.
Instead of just figuring out a smarter way to write it, they say, "Oh, what's the quickest way to get this done?" Okay, we need this exciting moment where Vernal gets tricked by Cinder. So let's just retcon Aura right here, and so we can have the scene work rather than writing it in a way that makes the scene.
Here's how they write it, because I've noticed this in their writing. The way they write these sorts of scenes is they're like, all right, we need this epic 2v2 showdown or 3v1 showdown. We need this showdown like it's a fighting game where two characters sit at opposite ends of a fighting ring. You know, they're on the two-dimensional plane like in Street Fighter, and they're at opposite sides of the screen. We need to set that up. Let's have an ambush. And then immediately you realize where the problem is. When you ambush someone, you should not ever wind up in the situation where you're fighting like you're in Street Fighter. If you're in an ambush, you're looking for one character to try and get the jump on another and end the fight before it starts. And I don't think they imbibe that concept. So
Because they need the punch ups.
they need
the fancy punch ups, and that like you really need to write to those.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot wrong with RWBY.
Like I said, like I wish I was like, I'm not feeling right now. Like I've been sick, like I was saying. I apologize that I'm not able to put on the boxing gloves for RWBY. In my mind, they work, but like as soon as I try to speak, it's like I don't think this is gonna come out right because it doesn't come out right in my normal days. So I'm gonna just fuck up shit.
Go for
Actually,
it.
let's be honest.
But
we're
but
sucking.
but I'm gonna give all of you, the three of you, just a very stern no you. Okay, there. I did my job.
Speaking of 3v1, right now Tyrion is facing Clover, Tyrion, and Robin. So I'm wondering how they're going to write themselves out of this one because obviously this fight is unfair. So what are they going to do? Have Clover go run off to save Oscar? Is Clover going to do the stupid shit and flip to the bad side? What's going to happen? Who knows?
Is the betrayal coming? I mean,
It
I have
should-
to eat it. I have to eat a shoe if there's no betrayal.
catch up.
No, I almost want it to happen because then I could say how stupid it is that. How do you even make that work? Like, how at this point in the story, Clover can't be an antagonist because if he was, he would have told Watts and Tyrion about Amity a long time ago. So how the hell are they going to make that work? He's probably just going to run off and go save Oscar or something.
So is Cinder and Neo going to show up in the streets, or they're just going to chill and be in the hotel room?
Cinder's going after the Winter Maiden, and she'll face Winter. Neo will go after Oscar, and we'll see what happens there.
The thing for me is, what is it? The thing that I've suspected with Clover, or at least the idea of a traitor inside of the Aesops, is that from everything we have observed, they're not. If they're a traitor, it should not logically be to Tyrion, to Watts, to basically any of Salem's forces that we've seen.
Correct.
So far. So the only way I could see there being a traitor is if they're going to introduce at the end of this volume a third new faction into this conflict, which I think might actually not be the worst move to make, because that could actually add but what dimension they would add to this, I don't know. Like, why would
Well,
there
give
be a
an
third
example of
faction?
what it could be, Raymond.
I agree with you. It wouldn't be a bad move, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah,
Right, I don't think so either. But like, I would love to give an example. Yeah, go ahead.
Crime lords looking to use the power of the relics that somehow learned, like Little Miss, bring Little Miss back in, that kind of thing. The idea of maybe there's a revolutionary group that is. I mean, the thing is, the show survived on the Salem and the Salem Hero and or the Salem Ozpin and White Fang dynamic for a long time, and now we're suddenly without the White Fang, and so there's kind of a vacuum there that was never really completely fulfilled. They really had a wet fart on that.
I've been. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's a blighted hands giving a cult, a crime organization. Come on, buddy, don't leave me hanging here.
I've been calling for Cinder to break away from Salem for years. I don't see why she wouldn't at this point. She wants power. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that'd be great.
Cinder would be the third party, and I thought that's what I thought they were going for after Volume 4. It's going to be her, Emerald, and Mercury, and they break away from Salem completely. But that didn't happen. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I think people are asking, remnants to the White Fang. It would be kind of cool if the White Fang made a resurgence under new leadership. I know, but like the idea of kind of making a slate clean with that.
With these writers, no.
Vex, you sound like a California white girl. Like, oh.
No, I get it. Like, well, the thing is, David Cross in response, because like there's a mysterious. This is what got me thinking about it. Is there's a mysterious organization from the books that was mentioned in After the Fall, but I think that's also Salem. I don't know how they tie in yet, but like there is villains that tie into that.
Is Sailing coming or not with her flying monkeys? What do you think?
She's coming.
That's a good question.
That's the flying monkeys.
That's the Volume 8. the volume 8 in credit will show her in the sky coming with the monkey.
She's riding on the back of one of the monkeys.
Right.
She's like, man, it's taking a real long time to get there.
With a saddle, right. Well, they would need to come. I mean, the arena is gonna launch soon, so it has got to be in the air, and there she's gonna be.
It has to be very soon, because that's the whole point of what Tyrion and Watts were doing. They were causing havoc, causing panic in Mansell to fuck up, like turn the people against each other, so that when Salem comes, it's easy pickings, because she's like, everybody's panicking and everyone's fighting each other. She'll come in, sweep in, and wipe them all out. So you would think that Salem is right around the corner somewhere on the way.
She stopped for coffee.
She's trying to get, like, she has an army of flying monkeys, but it's like a herd of cats, and she can't keep them, like, going in one direction. It's like, no, there's panic over, we have panic at home.
Yeah, exactly.
In this small village.
Oh, shit. Oh, I was gonna go with, like, you know, as soon as, like, you get back in the car, like, I gotta pee, Mom. No, you don't have to pee, we just went.
It cuts to the panic at home, and you just see
okay,
Emerald
sorry.
shivering.
Thank you, Abe. I needed to know that. Thank you. Ugh. I'm labored breathing right now. Sorry.
You're in
You know
labor?
how the
Who was he? I'll kill him.
you know how the Atlas fleet has been completely useless this volume?
Yes.
What if it turns out that that's what's keeping her like back from reaching Atlas? I'll get to Atlas with this damn fleet. This fleet is working.
She's like so worried about the fleet. She's like
I know, right?
just over the horizon. Like, there's a fleet there. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Meanwhile,
Exactly.
Ruby and Cinder are just like fly into town and land peacefully.
Yeah, she's like me in Risk. Just, you know, I see a slightly superior force, and I'm like, I better not attack that, even though odds are I might be able to do some damage.
Crystal Tiger, I don't know about Robin having a council seat after this. Like, I think there's more important things to worry about for now, and I don't know if that's going to be important or not, to be honest.
Robin is trash.
That's
A lot of people
question.
don't like her. Yeah.
I don't mind her personally. I think she's okay. I just think she's a little too virtuous for what she is. Like
Maybe
I
trash
never,
is too strong.
never believe any single politician that seems that virtuous, because they're always hiding something. Just I mean, like we're gonna get like some kind of, I don't know. I want to reference like one of these big political things, but I feel like that's like the wrong move to do on a stream. That's just gonna like derail us. We're gonna discover she has a
Smart
water
move.
gate. That's pretty safe.
We're going to
right?
discover she's a mermaid? What did you just say?
I said Watergate. She has a-
Oh, I don't. What? Oh my god, I'm done.
Mermaid.
I was gonna say about
Yeah, we're gonna discover something so much worse than literally stealing the election.
Mermaid.
But I was gonna say about Salem and her flying monkeys. I mean, the reason it's taking her so long is that she didn't make something more aerodynamically feasible than a fucking flying monkey. It's like, damn, I wish these like had more like aerodynamic bodies so that we could fly faster.
Cinder can be like, Salem, where are you? And Salem be like, do you not see the fleet?
They don't do anything.
There's a massive fleet. Like, fuck that.
It's
fleet.
only a model.
I'm working with one eye here, guys.
Watts is like, we just landed. They didn't
Right.
even like scan our ship or
Oh my
anything.
god, the fleet is just cardboard cutouts. They just have
Exactly.
cardboard
There's
cutouts.
no,
No,
there's no.
that's why Ironwood is so defensive about it. He's like, I can't move the fleet, and it's just.
There's no one in the damn fleet. Yeah. There's no one in those ships. They're just in the sky, like kites.
See any more questions from chat, guys?
Are we missing questions?
There's been a couple. Actually, I would like to just say, if you have questions, please like at Raymond. I'm sorry, Raymond. I'm giving you this job. I owe you. All of a sudden, it's just like hitting me, and I'm
It's
just
fine. It's fine.
sorry, guys.
Don't pass out.
Oh, I'm gonna pass out. I just feel bad that, like, I hope you can't. I hope my breathing's better, or like the volume is.
You sound fine.
Dude, in the reaction, like my breathing was like, so I was in pain like the entire time.
You can't
And-
tag Raymond.
It was bad. You can't tag Raymond. What?
Well, tag me then.
One minute.
Oh, you're right.
You guys might be talking about this.
But yeah, I have no problem. I mean, not no problem with Robin. He,
Did I tag you, Fatman?
Yeah, they tagged me.
All right, try Celtic Phoenix Productions.
Yeah.
I take it back.
No,
She's
yeah,
not
don't
trash.
just tag like at Raymond. That's a different channel, probably.
Robin is
Yeah,
disappointing.
it tags. There we go. Like, I don't. You guys realize I have a channel name? I have 2 names.
This is just,
Actually, I have many names now that I realize it. I have slowly become a man of mystery, and I'm actually, I'm not angry about that. It's kind of cool. Let's see, quite a few things I don't. So this is Blade Runner on Blade Runner 435 on the episode 10. Quite a few things I don't agree with in this one. Just going to start listing to disagree with. Atlas is the most technologically advanced nation on Remnant and has a heavy security. As was stating, what happened on an old vacuo, a life comfortably bred weakness. Citizens have no need to go through what you basically described as emotional training, because Atlas takes care of the grid. Even then, your way of life is actively in danger. You will do whatever it takes to survive. 2. Watts has access to all of Atlas and mental code thanks to Jacques. Is that just a position, or do they actually explicitly spell out that Jacques gave him access to Atlas's systems?
I can't
He
remember
has
the
access
wording.
to the secure network, the Atlas secure network, whatever that means.
Here's a question from Blighted H. If you could recast the cast of RWBY, who would you pick and why? The thing is, I'm not the voice actor guy. That's
Yeah,
Tom.
that's Tom.
Yeah.
I'm staying away from
Like,
Yeah.
I would definitely put J. Michael Tatum somewhere in there.
We
Maybe
basically
as
just be
Cinder.
naming actors. Yeah, at this point we just be like naming actors and
Actually-
actresses we like.
Actually, Brina
Morgan Freeman
Valencia
is
as Cinder
Ruby.
would actually be a really good play. I think Brina Valencia would be a really good Cinder.
Most of College Humor got laid off. They all need jobs.
Oh my god! Turns out the ultimate villain was above Salem. It's the Phantom of the Office. That would be amazing. I've only seen that skit thanks to a Game Dungeon episode. I've never actually watched the app separately. So let's see.
Don't you love that?
Okay, so someone pointed out that the lights originally are blue, which have a calming effect. No point in having the lights blue if Grim are already there. And if you need to run a way to inform the people there are Grim nearby. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Robin, as you said, announced where she would be. Blah blah.
Yep,
She
she
was
did.
still helping people. Yeah, the middle of the arena doesn't change. If Ironwood turned everything to lava, lots would be fine.
There was also a comment there
I
about
guess.
there was also a comment there about Jean and the whole like everybody in line. Something about it being a callback to that chapter that he
It
was like
It was a callback to that, but at the same time, what I liked is there was a military guy that posted on there talking
Yeah, I saw
about
that
in
too.
emergency situations, how difficult it is to get people to move in an organized fashion. So Fatman, you were like massively complaining about how hard it was to get people to line up in a single file
Massively
line,
complaining.
hand on their back. He was complaining.
yeah. I mean, you're complaining massively. I don't know. I'll go right between.
No. What? No. The thing that I was saying is that, weird guy.
Narrow.
What's his name?
Vine.
Yes,
Vine.
Oh,
Vine.
Vine,
Thanks.
okay.
Yeah, Vine was like, "Oh, where'd you learn how to do that?" And I'm like, "He said line up, and they listened to him. Like, he didn't learn how to do that. They just listened to
Listen
him."
to him. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like it's basically the Captain America scene from the first Avengers. I'm 100% sure that either Carrie or Kiersey watched Avengers and like, oh, I know what we could do.
Oh my god, you're right.
Yeah. And they had Vine being so impressed by it, and it's just it's not really impressive for Jean, but
It was
yeah, no.
unclear to me. So.
No, I'm with Raymond. Like it sounded like you were over complaining, but not like a lot. But it was like, what? Why are you so stuck on that kind of thing?
Jean saying that was fine and it was appropriate. Vine
all right.
being like,
All right, well, Vine
was-
maybe is like that because he's like soft-spoken and quiet and just like, oh, I want to be an
Speaking of
extrovert.
Vine is OP. Did you see that movie? Did my
Yeah.
God, he's OP.
He did a Groot. That's what he did.
That's ridiculously strong. He like, wow.
Oh my God, they're
Really-
just watching the MCU.
Yeah, his entire volume is just them slamming the MCU. So Aiden Blitz asks, with the camera focusing on Renora and a couple of scenes, is there any belief that one of them will eventually bite it?
Fuck
Probably gonna be
Renora.
Nora. probably going to be Nora.
No,
Because
nobody's gonna
no
buy it.
redhead can survive this series.
Yes, sir.
CJ Black asks, do you think they're going to have Watts and Tyrion defeated dead and make sure the audience think all is well now and then have everyone look and see Salem arriving as the volume ends?
Oh, I'll tell you something right now. Watts and Tyrion will fail. Cinder will succeed.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm guessing that as well.
Yeah.
That makes the most sense because right now Cinder is the most reoccurring villain they've got. The closest they've got to a central antagonist, like as opposed to the overarching antagonist of Salem. The central antagonist has been Cinder, who's going through quote unquote her own journey,
Her redemption
parallel
arc.
with the heroes.
Is that actually a quote from someone?
No, I say quote unquote. That's
Yeah, no,
me
not
saying
specific.
Oh, okay.
It's what I've observed them trying to do with her, as opposed to them succeeding.
And yes, the stream did cut out, but we should be back. Yeah, we're back. Okay, good.
Let's see, Celtic Phoenix Productions, but from Blighted H. Writing question, if you can make a villain in current RWBY, what would you make and how would you apply it? The thing is, in Volume 7, there's not a lot of wiggle room to add a new villain. I think basically they set everything up very well in Volumes... Not very well, but they set it up in Volume 5 and 6 for a specific way. It would need to happen in Volume 8 and need to be like a central... It would need like an overhaul character where basically it's a threat that's so powerful, so locally, it necessarily distracts from what's going on with the major overarching plot. But the problem is that would literally just be padding. I don't know how I would tie that into the overarching plot.
Why are we trying to add a new villain
It was
into
just
the
a
show?
question. It was just a question, like how I would go about it. So the answer is, right now, I would not make a new villain. I would just work on actually improving the ones we have. Unless I made Marrow some kind of like, I would turn Marrow into a villain because he's like the one of the Aesops that we know the best at this point, and I like he's so genial that the idea of him turning into a villain and just being really like chill about it seems really fun to me. Dominic Freire asks, what do you think of Arthur Watts this volume? He is the best Birdman.
Why Birdman? Like only because of that what we said there, or
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that
His
mustache.
is just wings, all right? It's just
Yeah,
wings.
yeah. I've asked somebody to please draw that. Oh my god, that's amazing.
CJ Black asks, with Crow confirming that Summer just up and disappeared, what do you think it's going to be done with her? Now that's more likely she's not dead. She's
Actually,
been off on her own.
I don't care.
Fighting, secretly fighting Salem's evil, and we haven't heard of her because...
Raymond, before
what
we
I
go
think
on,
should
going back to the Dr. Watts, what do you guys, the rest of you, think of Watts?
Watts is one of the best parts of this volume.
Yes, I agree.
Sure.
So, would you agree it's Ironwood and Watts that are the best? This one?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, now they're gonna fight in the next episode.
In midair with
Oh
the
no!
mustache.
Ironwood lost a whole lot of points when he jumped down from the fucking control tower.
Oh, maybe he has a plan.
He's gonna have to hug everybody to get those points.
Well, now if the fight they have is cool, I'll forgive it.
I won't. I mean, I won't complain about the fight if it's cool, but I'm not gonna forgive Ironwood for throwing away its advantage just because the fight turned out cool.
I mean,
I'm well beyond being that lenient.
nothing can be worse than Blake in Volume 6 when she had Adam's sword and she gave it back to him.
Yeah, no, nothing can be worse than that. But that's still like Ironwood's like jumping down, and then Ironwood jumping down from the control tower, and then Watts just like touching the floor and taking over the system.
Yeah.
Snake Faunus hasn't been introduced yet, so Nora is safe. But in my fan fiction, I introduced the Snake Faunus. No, we're not bringing that up. Let's see. Crystal Tiger asks, do you guys like Cinder and Neo showing up this volume?
Ha!
If they had shown up near the start of the volume, yes.
Oh,
But they didn't.
I enjoyed that upskirt very, very much. It was kind of cool. It was like 3D. I was like, woo!
Laughed my ass off when they showed up.
I seriously, I could not. They're being introduced way too late in this volume for me to give a shit about what they're doing. And then if they succeed, it's just going to be like, okay, well, they came out of the blue. Like, I get they were traveling to Atlas, but we saw nothing of them until just now. Like, what the hell?
Yeah. I think everyone knows how I feel about Neo and Cinder at this point.
Yeah.
It's
They totally have hot hate sex.
yeah. There you go.
they need to, like, especially because like Neo can look like Ruby, and it's all just like it's perfectly within Cinder's kinks.
Is that how Neo approaches Oscar as Ruby?
Yeah. I mean, basically, right?
To get the relic, right? That's what she's gonna do, right?
Yeah.
But she's not
Is
gonna
she
talk,
gonna
right?
talk as Ruby? Is she
She
gonna
won't.
not talk? Is Oscar gonna be like, oh, why did
You're awfully quiet. You're awfully quiet.
Well, he's like, Oscar has never encountered Neo, so he's not going to know what to expect. So
Well, that's when Osmond will tap in.
Has Osmond encountered
Osmond will
Neo?
whisper, it's like,
Probably not.
Hey,
but
you should tap that.
But knowing these writers, they'll probably say, "Oh no, Osmond knew about Neo the whole time."
Of course they will.
Dominic
can see it,
Gray
right?
asks, do you think the Black Queen virus made by Watts was originally a project but was rejected and Watts made it into a virus? That's typically how these hacking stories go. I literally just got done watching an episode of The Arrow like that.
Well,
Sure.
I mean, Watts like designed the Atlas system, so I don't know if he would need to specifically like write a virus as a plan for whatever and then get that rejected. I think he would just like know the like the system and be able to fuck it up.
Oh, sorry, you go.
Yeah. I just don't think that I just don't think that making the Black Queen virus like a thing that Ironwood was like against. I don't know if maybe they're setting that up. Oh god.
I just want to know what he meant with like how she told me she would be there. Like I want to know
She
what that
told
part's
me.
up. Yeah.
The black.
Yeah, I want to know more
wasn't
about that
actually-
too.
That wasn't actually a queen. That was like a dildo.
Oh God. Here we
It
go.
was like,
Here we
oh,
go.
that's my brand. It's still in there.
She has access to my Amazon shopping cart.
Oh my lord. Oh guys. Usually that's my
Blade H
territory, and I'm cringing, so that's weird.
Blade H asks, fun question. If you could make a Grimm, what would you base it off of? Well, here's the thing I noticed about all the Grimm. The Grimm that show up are all very super combat focused. And I get it. They're supposed to be like they eat humans or whatever.
We
they
need
do.
power scaling. We need to
But
know.
like they need power scaling, but like we haven't seen a lot of environmental Grimm. And that's the thing that really pisses me off. Like a lot of these Grimms are like hyper mobile. Their entire goal is to go in the city and screw things up. We haven't seen Grimm that like lie in wait. We haven't seen a lot of predatory Grimm since the apathy.
Well, but
Like-
that's, I mean, isn't that just like not their MO? There's no negative emotion out in the, if a tree falls in the forest, it doesn't feel sad about it.
How do we know? Actually,
Exactly, how do we
trees do feel feelings, apparently.
Trees feel feelings. Take that, vegans.
Plants feel things, apparently.
Stop it, you're killing me. You're killing me. Also, you said environmental Grim. You mean like the one we just saw, like that
tree
could
Grim.
adapt to the cold and stuff?
like a tree Grim, or like a Grim that, like some kind of barnacle Grim, or like
Barnacle
Or
Grim.
a clam Grim? Okay.
like a clam. Like it would like lie in wait in like oceans and wait for people to walk up to the shore and just like have a little tongue like reaches out, grabs them, and reels them in.
Like,
I'm
like
surprised
the,
you have-
like the amoebic sea, or like a gray goose scenario Grim, like
Yeah.
Jam, like Yahtzee's book. just imagine like a Grim that just like is the blob, and it just like crawls out of the ocean one day and just turns everything into more of itself.
I'm surprised we haven't seen like a crocodile or alligator type Grim yet.
Well, I mean,
have we?
they'd probably be accused of ripping off like the SCPs. Yeah, at that point.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
I would like to see some sort of humanoid Grim, or something that can take over
That would be cool.
a body. Like a
what-
virus Grim.
Well,
Not
they
a
kind of do
virus
have
Grim,
humanoid Grim with the apathy.
Yeah.
Like what we thought Salem was.
Abe Zevlag asks, Vex, Who do you want to die this volume, and who do you think will actually die?
None of your business. I'm saying, let's see. What do I think? What do I think will die? Tyrion. I think Tyrion will Well, this is the thing. We're dealing with Miles and Carrie here, but if I was dealing with different writers, I think that Tyrion will die, because usually when a character, an antagonist, kills a lot innocent people on screen, that person usually dies, because there needs to be some type of, they get what they deserve, that kind of thing. So usually when a character is blatantly kills people on screen, like Tyrion has done so far, they die, as in payback, get what they deserve. Who do I think will die? I'll go with Tyrion. I'll see. I'll just roll with Tyrion. Now, who do I want to die? Cinder, but that won't happen.
I think that's a lot of people.
Okay, well,
who do I want to die? Myself.
Oh, stop.
I don't know. You made a good case for Tyrion, and I just agree, kind of. Like, he has been the blatant murder boy, so
that's just what happens.
think there's no moral downside to just showing him get owned on screen.
Yeah, that's usually how they set it up. When you want the character to die, you don't want people to feel bad about it. You have the person kill on screen. You're like, you know what? That guy deserved to die, and the fandom is okay with it. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
I want the Aesops to die.
Like all of them.
All of them. All 5.
Seriously, I want this to be like a Halo Reach scenario where like they just start getting picked off one by something. Like and like they serve as an example of like maybe the entire, because they had that throwaway line that hasn't really been picked up about like, oh, we're not friends. And like if you're really going down the route that Team RWBY is actually friends and comrades, you need to have an example of people who aren't friends and are comrades, like losing somehow to not having that connection.
They're gonna lose because they didn't have the power of friendship. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. That kind of thing.
They need the power of friendship.
Yep.
I mean, if there's one thing that anime and My Little taught me, it's that you need the power of friendship.
And cutie marks.
And the Aesops, they don't have it. I want them to like successfully ward off the Grim, and then they all go back and they all toast, and then one of them, like after they all toast and they drink, and then one of them turns into Neo and like walks away, and then they all start.
Everybody is Neo. Everybody. So Ninja, I don't care. I love you, but like you can't really like claim that as a win. Everybody. Yeah.
Am I the only one who thought they were going to do more with the Aesops this volume?
Oh, exactly. That's why I'm saying they should die.
Okay, I got you. I see it. I got you now.
Okay, Dar asks, is anyone else upset about them having dropped the secret plots? Like, I want something to be like the final test for their morality, or chapter 2-8 of this volume, or chapter 2 through 8 of this volume were pointless. I mean, like, I don't know what the morality thing has to do, but like the whole secrets thing.
That thing was bullshit.
I think he took it too well.
It was a mistake. The whole thing was a waste of time. I mean, they've been this whole time setting up this whole, should we tell Ironwood the truth? Shouldn't we tell him the truth? Can we trust him? This like come around and, I guess we can trust him now. Like,
wow, that was loud. What the heck? Sorry, that was loud. I heard something.
What was the point of it all? Like, what was the point of all that?
Flea charge again. There's my azúcar puppy. Ay, with the dono. Thank you.
That
was loud as fuck.
They kept it from him, I guess. I mean, I thought that the reason they kept it from him was that they didn't want him to get disheartened and stop working towards the Amity communication tower. That's what I thought.
That's not what RWBY said in chapter 3.
That's
RWBY
not
said,
what RWBY said?
RWBY said, well, you saw the way things looked in Atlas when we came into Mansell. Remember when Yang said, why aren't we telling Ironwood? She said, well, you saw how things looked when we came in here. We can't trust this guy. That's basically what she was implying.
Oh, decent.
And then
that was
Blake
in chapter 3?
Yeah, right before the Aesops thing. And then Blake literally said, she said, doesn't mean we can trust him yet. Like, he said his heart's in the right place, but it doesn't mean we can trust him yet. This dude.
Wait. What
Chapter
couldn't
3.
they trust him about?
I don't know. That's
yeah. Okay. I mean, I'm not like I'm questioning you.
Yeah.
I'm stating my displeasure with this
I agree.
revelation.
Yeah, I'm saying that's why I've been pissed all volume. Like I've been talking about all this shit in my discussions. There's like, why are they? They don't. He told them everything. He told them his plan. He told them what he was going to do with the plan. He told them about Amity. Like, oh, we can't trust this guy for what? Like,
Okay.
it never made any sense.
Yes, like to a point I agree, but like you gotta understand, like the one true quote unquote the master, the headmaster, the guy that has lived forever, they absolutely trusted, flat out lied to them, and they went through some shit, some real shit, and yeah, I understand keeping that for a little bit, not as long as they did. It was too much build up for no payoff whatsoever. Meaning,
Yes.
like I would have loved Ironwood to throw Jacques or do something, punch a wall. I don't care, like
or
do
just
something.
like have it like blow up in their face. Like let's say let's say Ironwood gives up the relic to Cinder or something like that for some stupid reason. Maybe like ransom, whatever. Give it to Cinder. Well, at least you can't use it because like you guys told me the questions have been asked
Yeah.
already. Like, about that we kind of
yeah.
some kind
That
of
would be
payoffs.
cool.
Like something like
Yeah, it was
like,
too nothing for what we were waiting for.
Ironwood's like getting drunk, and he's like, "I love gin," and then she shows up. Like, you have a question? Oh, what? Who are you?
Crystal Tiger asks, have they shown any half faunus and human, half faunus, half humans in the show? Not explicitly, but like basically, I just assume either they look like normal humans or they look like normal faunus.
No, they look like normal faunus, unless of course that got retconned. But
Oh right.
yeah,
'cause,
no,
like, human and faunus automatically make faunus, right?
yeah, human and faunus automatically make faunus.
So faunus are the
genes are
superior.
dominant.
according to the world of Remnant.
Yeah, which
Which means
surely
bullshit.
is canon.
Who's Shirley? We saw her? I don't remember. There's no...
Yeah, they need to introduce Shirley right away.
Oh,
I'm
God.
really-
Oh my god, I'm delirious. Okay.
Let's see what else. Is there? Depending on how Dark Shell 01 asks, depending on how this volume ends, do you think they will try to make books on the characters introduced in this volume? God, I hope not. I don't need more characters. I need more.
Yeah, definitely no more characters.
I don't know what to say about that.
Blighted H asks, idea, grim fungus growth is spurred on by negative emotions, and when it's breathed, it has a neurological effect making zombies. That's pretty dope.
That could work.
Ooh, yeah. That like
No,
covers
that's-
all of
that's-
us.
That's a good idea.
That covers
Yeah.
me with the humans. That covers you with the environmental shit.
Yeah.
Axel Castle asks, do you think Team Ruby will help take a villain down or just fight Grim for 3 episodes?
As
Probably
some,
help take a villain down.
you would think at some point Ruby would face Cinder, but this is Ruby, so you know. That didn't happen in Volume 5, so I don't know if it'll happen now. But you would think Cinder and Cinder and Ruby had to eventually face each other again. You would think that's going to happen sooner rather than later.
Oh, Rooster Teeth, I pray to the gods of Rooster Teeth. Please do something to shut these boys up. Please!
But if they are setting-
You see Bernie at his desk and just like he's like sleeping on. He shoots up. Huh? What?
but you guys do agree with me that Winter will be facing Cinder eventually, right? Because where else should she be? She has to be with the Winter Maiden right now, right? Winter.
I would think so,
Me.
absolutely, because she was
Oh,
she was in charge of her. She was,
Yeah. So when she gets there, she's going to face Cinder. Are we getting a
Who do you
big
think's gonna
massive?
win that?
Are we getting a big massive fight scene between those two?
Also, how did Cinder find out where she is? Did we like?
Nope,
What?
no idea.
But she's gonna find out. Is that what you're saying?
She
Then?
found out. No, she found out off screen. No, my guess is that that she probably found out off screen somehow. Maybe
Like Winter is gonna get stabbed, and then the same way Vernal did, and Cinder's gonna be like, "Oh, there's no maiden power in here," and then she's gonna like leave her, and she's gonna be bleeding out, and then she's gonna call Weiss as she's dying and being like, "You gotta protect Winter Maiden."
oh my god.
And then like that's how Ruby and Weiss are going to be like alerted to the Cinder and Neo situation.
Or Cinder kills the Winter Maiden, and Nora becomes the next one. Hey,
I don't know if I'm ready to see Winter die in this show yet.
no, please don't. Yeah.
I was hoping she'd be the traitor, personally. Anyway, Blighted
know, that's
H,
funny.
I'm not gonna read out every idea you have. I appreciate the effort, buddy, but like you gotta cover other questions. CJ Black asks, I just realized something. If Cinder's parasite can essentially break the rules of the maiden's magic by just sucking it out, then why don't Watts, Tyrion, and Hazel have one? Because they're dudes.
Yeah, they're dudes. It doesn't work with dicks.
It never
Maiden-
does.
Maiden-
Hey.
The power of the dick is just too much for the maiden.
Oh, is that so?
Opposing magnets. Opposing magnets.
That's why they're both poles? Yeah, I got
Does I wonder, can the maiden magic go to the marigold girl?
Ooh, that's a question.
Yeah.
Hey, Miles and Carrie, why don't you open that can of worms? Why don't you? Dar asks, they just had like a lot of potential commentary on everybody's morals. Ironwood being a dictator, Yang and Blake going behind everyone's back, Weiss being left out of every conversation, even remotely critical of Ironwood. Ren being a bootlicker, Nora. Wow, this is really long. Nora yelling at Ironwood, Ace Ops not being friends but always jabbing at Marrow, Ruby and Crow's conversation in Chapter 4, going against Ironwood's orders to Snoop.
Good lord, Dar.
That was so bad.
They did so much build-up, and so far it led nowhere. I wish they didn't have the text limit in the chat.
Where do we even begin with that?
I guess I can talk about Ruby's little talk with Oscar in Volume 4. That was a disgrace.
That was cringe.
Osman not Osman. Get it right, Vexed. Crow and Ruby's talk in Volume 4. When Crow basically told her, yeah, it's a good thing you're keeping the truth from Ironwood. Yeah, keep it up. Basically told her, yeah, let him prove himself to you. It was weird. Like, what are they talking about here?
Who, Crow? Crow saying that? Well, because he was betrayed as well by his boyfriend. No, by he was betrayed. He gave his life to Osmond, so he's going to be like that.
But what does that do with Ironwood proving himself to a little kid named Ruby Rose?
Again, you have trust issues. You're going to have trust issues with everyone.
And then Ruby went and said, she asked her uncle if Osmond was still keeping secrets. When the wench freaking asked Jin, what is Osmond hiding from us? Which means she told him everything. She told them everything. So why the hell was she still wondering if Osmond had secrets?
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot. I mean, dude's like 10,000 years old. He gotta be keeping like other secrets, like the time he said "take it for granted" instead of "take it for granted." Like,
she can only TLDR that shit.
More secrets than just that.
That line really bothered me. Really bothered me.
Yeah, there's so much wrong.
Yeah, like what's the point of asking questions if you have to ask the question again?
Yeah. Like the arbiter of what is true, and you're like, I don't know if she's being honest with us.
Right.
All right, so a question for Vexed alone, right here. What do you think about when she asked specifically, or when Osmond asked, how do I kill Salem, and she says you don't? Is that a wording thing? Can somebody else do it, or is that just what it is?
I mean, it has to be a wording thing.
Okay.
Because then my complaint about her saying what is Osmond hiding from us doesn't work. So in order to keep consistent, I have to say yes, it's a wording thing.
Yeah.
It is semantics. You have to ask a certain kind of question. Had he asked, can anyone defeat Salem? It's different than saying, can I defeat Salem? There's a difference.
Right. And I agree, especially with Nora repeating it for us, the fandom, you know.
Exactly. So. Which is why Ruby is dumb for asking her uncle, is Osmond still hiding stuff? She already asked Jen, what is Osmond hiding from us?
Yeah,
she don't trust Jen either. God, no, kidding. I'm trying to.
I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't trust Jen.
I'll be right back.
The gods are assholes.
Well, she better trust Jen, because Jen the only reason why she's alive. Because remember, Jen is like, all right, I'll let you have his freebie. Remember, she called Jen at the end of Volume 6. All right.
There's a difference between being nice and a difference between being trustworthy.
But she's blue. I mean, what more trustworthy is it? I mean, what more do you need to see?
Well, I mean, we certainly saw enough boob, right?
Exactly.
Was Oscar at dinner? Because nobody important just asked how they would know where the relic was. Was Oscar at dinner? I don't remember.
They know where the relic was because Oscar was walking around with it the whole damn time on his waist.
Yeah. Oscar and the relic, he was walking around.
Yeah.
What, like at the dinner? Do you mean like during the scene with Nora and you know everybody spilling like food on that girl? He was there.
He's at the house.
So that
he was
at
the
house.
Important.
That's how they know where the relic is, because
Correct.
Oscar being a dummy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Oscar was there. Does anyone want to talk? Seriously, how did that hole in the wall happen?
Don't get me started on that nonsense.
Just you know,
I mean,
I often build walls with pre-made holes for the aesthetic.
I'm starting to understand why Robin was so pissed. There's a big, massive hole. Grim just pouring in. And no one's doing anything about it.
Yeah, like I don't think it matters how the hole came to be. The point is there's a hole there and it needs to be worked on.
Use some damn hardline dust to freaking fix the damn hole. Come on now.
There was a hole here. It's still here. I was trying to go for a Silent Hill 2 reference and it didn't quite stick in my brain. Mediocrity asks, the hole was the first shown in episode 4 and they stated again in episode 5. I don't remember the hole in episode 4.
I don't either.
I should have that file still. I guess I can load it up.
But I'll take your word for it.
I won't. I'm going to check. Because I don't like being proven wrong.
Yeah, I don't remember it being in chapter 4 at all. But in fact, I'll go as far as to say I don't remember it until chapter 9. That's the first time I remember seeing it. Oh man, that's bad.
Do you have a time code for me, Media?
Yeah, is there one?
I remember in the Rin was walking the wall in the freaking montage.
Was the hole there? Did they actually show us the hole?
I don't remember seeing a hole. Media, we're calling bullshit. Sorry.
Actually, I'm
also it wouldn't be chapter 4. It would be chapter 5.
Chapter 4 has nothing of that.
Yeah, chapter 4 doesn't even go anywhere near Mantle.
It would be during it would be during the montage in chapter 5 then.
Yeah. Where are we?
Oh yeah, Robin talks about it in chapter 5, yeah, but we don't see it. She talks about it in chapter 5, yeah, she does.
Yeah, she talks about it. I don't think it's actually shown in the thing. It's just, I like how it's just like a hole. Yeah. It's just literally a section that just went down perfectly.
Yeah, we don't see a hole until chapter 9.
Yeah, and Dar, to answer your question about Jessica Nigri, we actually had an entire rant near the start of the stream about her. So it her voice acting, her direction has improved. Her voice acting has not.
Yeah, they don't show the hole.
No.
Yeah.
In fact, they specifically show the wall being a functional wall.
Yeah, with Ren and Nora on top of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Media, I don't know what you're talking about. Stop being a RWBY apologist.
I think he's talking about Robin talking about the hole. But at that point, for all we know, the hole is about as big as a basketball for all we know, though.
Yeah.
Why does it's just like now that we know what the hole was, like, yeah, just give them the damn supplies.
Yeah, now that we've seen it, like, yeah, she damn right she should have took the damn supplies from freaking Clover in chapter 5.
Yeah.
Look at that damn massive hole.
Dominic Ferreri asks, why does Clover have more screen time than the other Aesops? Because they're trying to really ship him hard with Crow.
Also, does anyone care about the other Aesops?
No, Marrow, people like
Marrow is my favorite of them because he had like the best moment of all of them all during the chapter 6. That little talk he had with Robin was I thought was good. Besides that, I mean, they're all kind of disappointing.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I thought yeah, sure. Like, yeah, not convinced. I thought Harry was gonna be more important. I thought she's gonna be like potential, like maybe she flip to the dark side and be like a foil to RWBY because the speed thing. I thought
yeah.
Go ahead.
I thought a lot of them would be like more deliberate, like because like they're all really obviously just superior versions of the characters we already know.
Correct.
But like they're not doing anything with that information.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't think they think they need to. I think they're like, look at what we did. We're so cool. We nailed it.
Yeah.
And then they just move on without actually doing any storytelling.
Yeah. In my mind, I thought two things were going to happen. The Aesops were going to either get killed off somehow, which I thought would have been the wrong way to go about it, or some of them would be evil and they'll flip to the dark side, you know? Neither happened. They're just there. So
could be.
Unless they try to pull some shit out their ass with Clover, which kind of pissed me off. It was like, I'm evil after all. Yeah, that would be a mistake. That would be a huge mistake at this point.
Yeah.
But they got to get rid of him somehow because the freaking intro gave it away. It's gonna be Robin and a crow fighting Tyrion, and the Clover's not there. So
no, he's gonna be like, ooh, $1, and he's gonna chase it away.
I know, right?
You say that, but they also did that fake out with Ironwood and Oscar. That was just them training. Like,
yeah, and
Unless
they also did that whole fake out with Weiss fighting Emerald.
Mm-hmm.
Did you?
Sure did.
Let's see. Dar, less of a question, but I'm really trying to get the acronym Rainbow off the ground for the kids plus Crow. A for Arc, B for Branwyn.
Well, alrighty then.
Yeah, I could work.
You could.
Work. Maybe that's what they're going for. Endgame Rainbow.
Yes.
Reading Rainbow.
I wonder if there's someone out there that ships every single character with everyone in this show. I guarantee there's at least one person.
The answer to that question is yes.
Yeah, there has to be. If there's not, I quit.
All right. Then I'd be disappointed in the shippers. Is Ashley still there?
She's still in the bathroom.
Oh, she left. I didn't know.
Right. I hope it's like just normal, not like sickness induced.
Mhm.
Mark Carla 331 kilometers asks, or just KM. I'm not sure if it means kilometers, but so if the relic of knowledge Neo and Cinder are after, how do they know Oscar has a relic if neither of them ever saw it? Neo was disguised at the party. Although I don't know why was she disguised at that party.
Maybe they're wondering how they know it's the relic of knowledge because they never saw it before. Maybe that's what they're asking.
It's a good question.
Oh, good. Yeah, good question.
That's
actually a good question.
Yeah. That's when the writers want you to turn your brain off. Kind of like when when Cinder said, when Cinder somehow knows that Ruby was fighting Roman.
Yeah. How does Cinder know that Torchwick died because of Ruby?
Exactly.
Like that's
Salem like handed Cinder a scrap of paper with like scribbles on it, like drawing each of them. It's like, all right, so the relic looks kind of like this lantern here. That looks like a croissant. No, that's totally a lantern.
How does she know how it looks like? I mean, I guess she just made an assumption. Oh, that's the relic right there.
Yeah, there's a shiny blue thing.
Yeah, but again, I'm like, for me, I'd be like, they wouldn't be dumb enough to have it on the kid, right? They wouldn't be stupid enough to put the damn relic on this kid's freaking hip. But yep, they did. That's it. That's a relic.
Yeah.
Let's see. Jetty027 asks, not related to the episode, but what do you guys imagine an older Team RWBY would be like? Just as inconsistent as they are now.
Super gay.
Yep.
Oh,
like,
incredible.
I mean, like they can't go 5 minutes without like falling into like massive orgies.
Yeah, like Blake and Yang are single-handedly responsible for like 20% of the orgies on the planet. Ruby and Weiss, they're a little more tame. They're only responsible for about 5% of them. And they bring Penny in sometimes too. For
wouldn't Ruby would be living by herself because isn't apparently they're pushing this whole thing that Ruby's like asexual? Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, like there was that thing in the comics where she's like, I can't find a boyfriend. I should try girl next.
And people be like, well, asexual people are like don't know whether or not they're even sexual. Like, and it's like, is Ruby sexual? I mean, admittedly, it's really hard to tell who is and who isn't sexual in the show.
If you talk to the Rose Garden shippers, they're pushing this. If you ask them, Chapter 9 pushed the whole.
They are fucking pushing Oscar and Ruby hard.
So apparently she is.
Like the non-shippers, like those who don't ship it, see it, and we are.
Yeah,
I'm not happy about it because not only do I prefer White Rose or say even Nuts and Dolts, I prefer those ships, but I hate Oscar from a conceptual level. Like there are a few concepts in RWBY that I hate. He is one of them because I think that they are basically just trying to do a do-over on the protagonist of the show without doing a do-over on the protagonist. It's like they're basically cheapening the role of RWBY in the cast, and it pisses me off.
Yeah, but like about shipping, I mean,
It's a cancer.
if you have sexual characters in the show, the non-sexual characters stand out. Because if you're watching a show and it's just like in the fiction, or sex just doesn't seem to exist, like none of the characters are influenced by it or whatever, or you have the one like character who's like overly sexual for the entire cast, um then like that sort of like lets the idea that, oh no, though it doesn't, it just, this is just the on-screen personas of the character, and then off-screen it's like they're like normal, like it's like when you show like one scene where a character's like, I gotta go to the bathroom, I gotta pee, like, and then it sticks in your mind. It's like the Donald Duck thing when he takes off his like sailor suit, and then you're like, oh, he's naked, but then when he's like just walking around with like his duck ass hanging out, you're like, ah, it's fine, it's just Donald Duck.
Mhm.
Introducing sexual characters into the show makes the non-sexual ones stand out even more, so you get this idea that like, oh, maybe these characters like actually like are asexual because they exist in a world where there is sex. It's that sort of, it's, I don't know what to call that effect, but it's definitely an effect.
Oh
Yeah.
no, Pogo. Pogo's channel got deleted. No.
Who's Pogo?
He was a music producer. His whole claim to fame was that I mean, a lot of people do this, but he was really fucking good at it. Where he took clips from movies and video games and turned them into music. He's the one that did the Jean-Luc Picard song. "'Tis better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. Come cheer up, my lads. Come cheer up, my lads. 'Tis better to have loved and lost." Captain Jean-Luc Picard. And he's like the 9th now to get hacked. Like everyone's getting freaking hacked. And I was just about to start looking out for like advertisers to like advertise stuff on, but like I don't want to do it now. That's how everyone's getting hacked.
Oh, through advertisers? That's
Fake advertisers are like, hey, we want you to feature this ad, and they try signing you up with a deal. And when you go to download the software they're offering you to do, it turns out it's actually just like it's junk data that plants a Trojan in your system. So while you're using your things, it slowly infiltrates your systems. It slowly infiltrates your accounts, and then transfers control of those accounts to someone else. They then delete all the videos in your channel and start uploading basically clickbait garbage.
dude, lame.
Yeah. So be careful out there, people. Dart asks,
like, why would an advertiser ask you to install a program on your computer?
well, like say like their Clash of Clans, or whatever. Like they want you to like install a game or something like that to advertise properly.
Oh, okay. So it's like sponsored content. Okay.
Yeah, sponsored content. Dar asks, has anyone's outfit grown on you? Anyone's outfit gotten uglier? It's about the same.
Outfits don't really grow on people. You usually just put them on and take them off.
I will say I hated Weiss's outfit at first, and now it's kind of growing on me a little bit.
I just hate that she never takes her hair out of the braid when she sleeps.
Speaking of someone who has had a braid before, yeah, no, that's ridiculous. Like that braid would last. That's a pretty big braid. I think it would last 3 days tops before she had to take the whole thing out and redo it.
I mean, I could not, because you couldn't really wash it, could you? Because it's so tight, it'd be very hard to wash that braid. So it's like taking a shower would be super annoying.
Yeah. If she washed her hair, it'd be a nightmare.
Oh my god, it's not a braid, it's just dreads. New headband.
Well, I mean, didn't we already make the point that it was a wig?
Yeah. Cammy asks, why haven't any of the characters questioned why the unstoppable Salem hasn't been trying to fight them straight up? If she was unstoppable, you'd think she'd just do it herself. That's a good question.
Yeah. I
Why
guess.
hasn't Salem been fighting people directly?
I
She's
mean-
super powerful, has magic, and
Because she's the big bad, and she ain't got time for that shit. I mean,
she just can't like.
she's afraid
not,
of the
it's
one
not in
guy
her
that
character.
has a sword that inflicts emotional wounds and not physical ones. I'm just looking at a list of dumb magic D&D items. A hat that, when left alone with another hat, will mate and produce a hybrid offspring. Negative gold pieces.
Jesus.
Is this
A
like
map-
is this like the deck of many things that you're reading?
Yeah. It's like a map that is the territory. Armor that becomes more effective the uglier the wearer is. A living pocket watch that never needs winding, but if you don't feed it, it dies. It's an obligated carnivore. Goggles that you can that put sensor bars over monsters of the aberration type. An instructional tome in the secret language of ducks. A dagger that glows in the presence of one particular goblin. And angry shoes.
Angry shoes. Oh, you know, they never did do anything with that shoes that make you dance thing.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, because that was that the shoes that make you dance, like in the original like Grimm Fairy Tales version of the Snow White, that's how they killed the Wicked Witch. They put hot coals in her shoes, and then she danced until she died.
What a way to go.
Yeah. So I
If
thought
you
like
put
that
hot
they were gonna.
coals in the shoes. Would dancing like do anything to alleviate? It wouldn't do. Standing still would actually alleviate it more.
Why didn't she just take off the shoe?
This is like the 1440s. They couldn't do that.
Either you were born with the shoes or you weren't born with the shoes.
I have no choice but to dance. I have no choice
Very
but to
unfortunate for the cobbler whose son was born without shoes.
Yeah, I'll show them. I'll show them all.
Shoe taking on and offage was only invented in the late 1500s.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it was Da Vinci that did it.
That clever bastard.
Cinnamon Wind. I feel like we're kind of at like the tail end of the stream, but we don't have Dashy here to help wind it down. And she's
Yeah,
the
we
one
don't know.
running the thing.
We got to keep going. Do you have any? Did you get through all the comments on the latest reaction?
All the important ones, because they all roughly said the same thing.
Yeah.
Would I hate it? Cybene asks if would I hate it if Neo became the Winter Maiden versus two versus Cinder. I would love it if Neo became the Winter Maiden, even though I don't like her inclusion in this volume. I'd be down for that. That'd be kind of cool.
I would despise it.
Why?
Because then it would just mean another maiden v maiden fight with Cinder, and that brings me back to 5. So
yeah. Well, I mean, if you consider we're eventually gonna have to get maiden v maiden fights.
true, it's gonna happen. I know. Again, it's gonna happen. I know.
Yeah. I would like for.
So they went from. Remember why they brought Neo back in the first place? They said it's on a whim. Like, oh, let's bring Neo back. So went from that to her making her a maiden. Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah. I would like it if they got Cinder and they beat her down, and then she's like, wait. I didn't get the maiden power legitimately. So if I die, it's not gonna seek out a new host. So they have to keep her alive.
What?
I would that would be kind of funny to me. And then they have to like decide. It's like, okay, wait. Do we waste our last Jin question asking if Cinder just lied to us to save her own skin?
I know, right?
Or do we like trust that Cinder told us the truth?
No.
Like,
remember, they have a lie detector. Robin.
Robin dies
Oh, okay.
off screen.
All right.
She
so
beats up Tyrion, and then she like slips a puddle of his blood. And
we have a vital question here from Floof Artist for Vex. He must know this information. Do you prefer fluffy ears or fluffy tails?
That's the hardest question I've heard it.
Why not both?
There you have it.
I mean, trust me, I've already answered that to Floof, and he cornered me on it. So I mean, you gotta choose one or the other.
I would like to see him try to corner me. So.
I have a question for you guys. Who do you think wrote the worst line in this chapter? The line that reads that Tyrion yelled after he found out that Ironwood and Robin were on the same side now. He yelled, what did he say? He said, "The Grim were supposed to destroy our enemies, not make them friends."
I actually like that line. Okay.
That's a friendship is magic thing.
First of all, it's not even true.
Show him that meme.
The Grim didn't make them friends. What is he talking about?
Well, that's as far as he doesn't know what the fuck happened up in Schnee Manor. It's not like for all intents and purposes, the invasion started, and then all of a sudden, the two people that were at each other's throats, not like 3 days ago, are suddenly shaking hands and discussing their plans for saving.
They're being all lewd and shit on TV, holding hands. Fuck that.
Oh, hand touching.
Cooties.
But I mean, point remains. Who do you think wrote it? Do you think Carrie wrote it, or do you think Kirsten?
I don't think it was Carrie.
I would say Kiersey.
Yeah.
Like a Kiersey line.
Make them friends. It sounds kind of it's corny. It's kind of cheesy. Like,
yeah, I'm leaning towards Kiersey.
It's not like it is interesting. Like, because I can't really quantify Miles and Carrie's writing, but it is a bit distinct. Meanwhile, Eddie's is very much, you can tell he's going for a very humorous tone with a lot of his writing, almost automatically. And then Kiersey is very dramatic with what she says. She loves overly dramatic and very flowery language. You can see this in her prose a lot, but also in her characters' deliveries. I mean, she just went whole hog on the, "Forsooth, brother of mine, thine time hath come." She loved that kind of flowery stuff when she was writing a medieval setting. So it makes sense that I think that would be the dramatic outburst. Now, I think it had a little refinement from someone else. One of the other three helped to refine it, but I think the initial idea was from her.
The other three.
And by the way, I disagree with you, Raymond. That is a bad line.
Oh, never mind.
The Grim were supposed to destroy our enemies, not make them. No,
Well, that is an amazing line, especially after that meme that Raymond showed me the other day with friendship is magic.
Oh, my little Grim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also Cybeam, yes. I mean, why didn't they think of the children? That is so lewd. So lewd. And it's coming from me.
Orphans watching that.
Orphans.
I have learn about hand holding from their parents.
Now I have a question for all of you, chat and boys in here. All right, so when they killed the thick boy, the mammoth or the big guy, or whatever, you know, they were. I like what they did. They went, you know, go get him in the belly. They have no armor there. Like a callback to that Barbatus fight with Weiss, right? Mm-hmm. Now, however, like she chops off the tusk, and I say in the reaction, wouldn't that dissolve though, right then and there? Like, wouldn't it just be like poof if it came off? Or
well, it dissolved with him when he died.
When he died, sure.
So it's weird that the things would stay corporeal, like independently. Like, I don't know. It's like, you know, it's like an old one, right? That they're each one of their cells is like a host unto itself, right?
I think, like, because when we saw it happen with the Knuckle when they cut off the Knuckle arms, they didn't dissolve completely. There was
they just snapped back
from the hole, but they snapped away.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I think they remained until they actually killed him.
Nice.
Now, the most important question is, why didn't Ren use his knife at all during this?
Nora stuck it up his ass.
Oh, come on now.
No,
It lost.
Handle first.
Shut up. It lost its sharpness because of the mech. Yeah, he forgot to sharpen it.
CJ Black asks, do you think the Silver-Eyed Warrior theory is correct and all the warriors are children/descendants of Ozma's vessels who inherited the god's light essence physically? I don't know. I don't fucking care.
I don't care.
I think they were unambiguously setting that up, and if they try to go back on it, I'm counting it as a retcon.
Cammy asks, what do you think Endgame is for Cinder? Why
Ha.
do they have?
I
why do they
think
keep
for
fake
Cinder,
killing her?
Endgame is like an 8 out of 10.
Cinder will make it all the way to the last volume. That I'm sure. At this point, I'm sure she's gonna make it all the way to the last volume. But I don't know.
Cinder
She just
is
wants
Summer Rose.
love.
Might as well be.
Mommy's
Right.
love. That's all she wants.
She just wants a head
Who
pat.
wants mommy's love?
Cinder.
No, she doesn't. She wants power and strength and
What's
shit
more
like that.
powerful than MILF love?
Fair enough.
Fuck! Ow! Ow! Don't make me
Fair enough.
laugh.
Somebody's quoting that, right?
Yes, if I remember it. That's awesome.
Well, if you remember, that's the thing about Volume 4. That's why it kind of annoys me that they kind of went back on it. They kind of showed that she was kind of like getting annoyed with Salem a couple times, like behind her back. She's like getting kind of pissed at Salem, but they didn't really follow up on that. So
Volume 4 had the most going on.
it did. You know what?
Yeah.
I've come around on Volume 4. I used to hate Volume 4, but then I realized, mostly because of the Blake arc and some of the crap they did with Ruby. That's really the biggest problem with Volume 4, but it's not that bad, especially in comparison to Volume 5.
Yeah.
All right, as far as this episode, like another thing that I absolutely loved, that was the question I asked in the reaction to you guys, was the part where Ruby's like, "I got a plan," and after a couple seconds, Penny was like, "All right, well, fucking tell me, bitch!" Like, that was amazing.
That
I
was
was like
great.
so happy about that, and I think that was calling themselves out as well. I think
Yeah,
that was on
yeah,
purpose.
That was a direct response to
Yeah.
criticism from the first 3 volumes.
For all the options that I have in order to fix Ruby, quote unquote, of all the things that I've talked about, how you would go about fixing Ruby, of how you improve the show, of course you got to actually have a good show. Like basically fix it up to be a good show in one volume. You have to actually like have the quality improvement for one volume to be absolutely 100% solid. And then from there, you just start making jokes at yourself at your own expense. Be self-deprecating. Take the shit out of yourself because you have fucked up hard multiple times.
That's why I really
And-
appreciated that
Yeah.
little like, all right, fucking speak, woman. I enjoyed
Everything before that was kind of weird though.
But did you
No.
enjoy that one line though? Did you go, oh shit, or did that make you angry? Next.
It was fine. I thought it was fine. I got what they were going for. I chuckled,
Yeah.
but the whole Penny getting knocked away and Ruby like, "Are you okay?" It's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." She gets up. It was a little weird. It was awkward. Like we watched that scene.
Weird.
It's a
I don't know
robot.
why.
What
She's
was
a
the point of
robot.
that? It was so weird and awkward. Like, what are they doing here? Like,
What?
why even bother having that scene? Just have them talk about the plan. Why have
We
Penny
have
get
seen
knocked
people
away?
with flesh and blood take harder hits than that.
Penny's a damn robot. You're like, "Oh, are you okay?" It's like she's like, "Oh, fine." She jumps up.
Doesn't
Like,
she say like ouch or something?
No.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
she
ouch.
does not say out. No.
She does ouch. Yeah, she does.
She doesn't say
says
ouch. All right.
She said ouch.
I remember it because I was like, why did they program a robot to feel pain?
I'm looking up right now. I'm gonna look it up.
She just goes, ah! She flies away, ah!
Oh god, Blue finished his shit post.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
God damn it, Floof.
God.
Really?
Shows you are
Dar?
not viewing
Master
this.
Poppers? Are you fucking kidding me?
She
Does
said,
she?
"Ruby, are you?"
Does
she
she?
said, "Ruby,
Austin? Oh my god. Am I gonna have
she
to
said,
eat a
"Ruby,
shoe
are you
too?
okay?" And she's like, "Ouch."
Yeah.
I looked it up. She said, "Ouch." She said, "Tucks sure are dangerous." It was weird and awkward and.
Maybe she remembered that that's what she's supposed to do as a human, because she's totally human. Uh-huh.
Yeah, honestly, that could be like a pre-programmed response of like sort of like when you get hurt, quote unquote, you like run into the edge of a desk and you just go, ow.
It's almost like they're almost like, I know they're not doing this, but almost the writers were trying to tell us, yeah, Ruby's dumb, because she's run over there. She's like, "What? Ouch!" Yeah, Tux. Sure are
Hello? Dumb or super empathetic and cares about her friend that,
No.
it's a natural response.
It's not
Oh,
really
such as, a certain rainbow chick that loves everyone as well and wants to make sure they're okay.
Dashy,
So,
don't
kindly
get me
fuck
started
off.
Don't get me started on caring about her friend, and when she realized her friend was still alive, she's like, "Oh, she's alive. Okay."
Cool, high five. Oh, I'm with you with that. Oh, I am so with you with that. Believe me. Holy crapola.
And the gang's like, "Sound like Penny to me." Like, "Oh, I guess she's still alive. All right."
Yeah. Hey, Penny, they rebuilt you.
Right. Yeah. Why were we crying again? I don't know.
I guys. But I think it's time to start winding it down. I think we're about we're as much as we can with this episode, really.
Yeah,
Chat.
just about 2 hours here.
Yeah, this
Yep,
was
coming up on 2.
fun. I again apologize for not being all here. I actually got a little sick. Yes. But hopefully next week.
You had the shits.
Sure, let's go with that. All right. Would you like me to send you a pic?
No,
I mean,
no,
it's probably still in the toilet. Okay.
Actually giving birth. But,
Yeah. See, I was in labor, giving birth to brown baby boy or whatever the fuck.
Making bears, Dashy.
Making bears. That's cute.
Oh.
That's so cute. Oh, fuck you. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. This was amazing. Vex, thank you very much. As always, you're a tough motherfucker, and one day I will hump your leg for the funsies, because that's just what's
That's
up.
fun. That's awesome.
Thank you for being here. Thank you and the other boys. Thanks for helping me out over here, because holy shit. Guys, see ya next week. Don't forget to, what did you call it last time? To bombard the reaction again from here? What'd you call it? Fuck! That was, again. Sorry. Austin Wright, thanks for subbing, man. And thanks for breaking my eardrum. Raid.
Yeah, go raid the reactions.
Yeah.
Go watch 9 and 10, everybody.
Raid reaction and put in the comments section, I was in Dashy's stream, yo, because she's awesome and, you know, she needs some love. And Vex didn't give it to her, so. No. Guys, thanks. And we'll see you next week. Bye. Oh, that was up. Okay. Again, Memelin? Nice name. Memelin, thanks for stopping, and see you guys later. Bye.
See ya.
Catch you on the flip side.
Bye-bye.